Hi all, the purpose of this video is to give you a brief idea through a psychological perspective of how emotions can impact our morality. So first, let's talk about morality, which has a long past and numerous definitions, with some initially claiming that moral acts were conducted solely out of duty, to the current definition in the relatively new field of moral psychology, in which people are viewed as reasonings whom share a common interest. We see this developed in the theory of moral development, which determined that morality evolves through a series of stages during childhood and adolescence cognitive development. Opposed to this link between cognitive development and morality being the end all is the theory of moral foundation, which considers moral judgment to be intuitive. This can be further broken into four stages, being nativism, the experiences we develop, cultural learning, pluralism, which is societal influences, and finally, intuitionism. In each, we see an emotional response develop with respect to the environment, and thus our morals are established. The advances of these theories has given birth to the belief that rather than duty being the major influencer, that in fact emotions dictate our response. Now, emotions are vast and can have a far greater influence in some circumstances than others. So to assist in defining this, let's break emotions into two distinct categories, where we see self-conscious emotions, such as shame, guilt, and empathy, causing moral decision to become focused on the self. In condemning emotions, such as anger, disgust, jealousy, and contempt, the decision is targeted towards another. During experiences, we grow to associate either category of emotion, whether that be negative or positive, and thus produce an immediate emotional response. Consider the many prank or scare videos available today, in which we see friends or partners push the other down to flee. A logical or reasoned approach to morals is not used, but instead the fight or flight mechanic and the self-conscious emotion of fear for oneself. This is evident in many modern-day moral dilemmas and the questions we ask ourselves. Should I cheat in that test? Is it okay if I lie? The answer to these is based on what emotional response we've developed throughout our lives. Whilst not always the case, our emotions will always heavily influence the thought process and overall outcome. There are many theories within psychology that take on different perspectives. However, it has become the majority, commonly agreed, that emotions are certainly an influencing factor, whether this be a biological influence or simply a gut feeling. We as humans live by our emotions. Now, if you'd like any further information, please refer to the link in the description below. And thanks for listening.